I'm in a graveyard. This is a quiet place. This is a place where people come to remember, to reflect, to pray, and perhaps to have a quiet word with a person they love but who is no longer among us. I imagine that Easter morning was such a quiet time in a quiet place at the tomb. A lot can happen in 7 days. High ups and deep downs. They had been through an emotional roller coaster ride. They were young. They were full of passion and full of hope, enthusiastically following their leader, Jesus, as they entered the great city of Jerusalem shortly before Easter. And people were cheering at him. People were joyful. They were celebrating him as the Messiah entering the city. And their hopes were high. But over the next few days, everything changed. The atmosphere became increasingly tense. And when they gathered on Thursday evening to share the Easter meal, tensions were high. They were sitting there around the table, remembering their history, their rich tradition. When Jesus took bread, broke it, and shared it with them and said, "This is my body given to you." And he took the cup with the wine after the meal and he shared it with them and he said, "This is my blood of the new covenant. Take this, drink this. And whenever you eat and drink, do this in remembrance of me." And they went out into the Garden of Gethsemane, to pray. He was filled with anxiety, and so were they. There were dark clouds in the horizon. And then the guards came, and they took him. And suddenly, those committed followers who had made so many promises, who had so high hopes, turned their back on him. And they ran away. They abandoned him. And only from a distance did they see him be tortured. And they saw as they put nails through his hands and his feet, and they put him on the cross, and they saw his pain and his suffering, and there was nothing they could do. Only the women dared to be close with the youngest of them, John. And after his death, they were hiding behind closed doors out of fear for what might happen to them, out of fear that they had been seen and identified as his followers. And then in the morning, some of the women came back from the tomb with news, great news. He is risen. He was not at the tomb. The tomb was empty. And we were told that he is risen, and we were told to tell you that you should go ahead of him to Galilee, and there he will join you. There he will meet you. And Mary of Magdalene even said, "I saw him at the grave." I talked to him. I heard him saying my name. This time of year, we have Easter lilies. These yellow flowers, where the center of the flower looks like a large trumpet. A trumpet proclaiming the good news of the resurrection. But they couldn't believe it. It was beyond their comprehension. Just as it is beyond the comprehension of many people living today. And yet, we need a word that will contradict the pain and the suffering that we know all too well in this world. We need a word to remind us that light is stronger than darkness, that love is stronger than hatred, that goodness is stronger than evil. And this is the word. Blessed be the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ. By His great mercy, He has given us a new birth into a living hope through the resurrection of Jesus Christ from the dead. Christ is risen. Indeed, Christ is risen. I wish you a blessed Easter.